YouTube. Haha, here we go again, guys. Your boy Jordan Trav, man. We are back. My son, he is getting a game in. He is the Patriots. I know the Patriots, right? He's the Patriots. He's going against the Eagles. So, at the beginning of the year, all you ever really heard people talking about was how powerful and how good the Eagles were going to be. And then, as the years kind of transpired, people don't really use the Eagles, as much as kind of they did at the beginning of the year. You know what I mean? So my son, he's being the Patriots. He never really is the Patriots. I know I hardly ever use the Patriots. So, this is kind of a different, give me that. That was a nice pick right there. This is kind of a little something different for him, kind of something different for me actually watching the Patriots play. They actually have a pretty good team. Brady's a monster. Real good wide receivers. That was a bad throw. Their defense is not too bad. They have a couple of pretty quick linebackers. Their cornerbacks, they have a couple of 90 speed cornerbacks. And, they kind of just get after the ball. So, I mean, honestly, this is kind of a sleeper team that people don't really use very much, but they're really one of the better teams in Madden, believe it or not. So, a little bit of history about this game. I actually got on the sticks a little bit in this game because my son had to do some housework or something, and I said, "Hey, Dill, you need to go get this done." He was like, "Well, Daddy, I'm in a game," so he was like, "Well, Daddy, can you give me that?" Got that right back. So he was like, "Oh, well, can you go ahead and at least play a couple of downs for me while I go?" And I think he had to take out the trash or do something small like that. So, but in the first quarter, it was really an interception fest. They were, boom, he would throw an interception, and boom, my son would get the ball back, and boom, like this. What's this happen? Boom, he throws an interception. So, it was kind of back and forth in this first quarter. I don't know if they were both kind of trying to get their feel of the game or whatnot, but give me that. See what I'm saying? It's literally back and forth at this point, guys, just throwing picks. So I had walked in, I think at this time, and said, man, you're not playing too good. And I just told my son, hey, you got to keep your composure and kind of just sit down on some of your plays and stop just sometimes I think it happens to everybody where in the beginning of the play you already kind of know who you're gonna throw it to. Boom, this is a nice throw right here. You kind of know who you're going to throw it to. So before you even kind of read the defense and kind of figure out exactly what's going on, you kind of get zeroed in on who you're going to throw it to before the play. And even though your guy may not be open, you still want to throw it to him. So I think that they both were kind of guilty of that here in the beginning of the game. And then as the game goes on, boom, you kind of see them, settling down a little bit, kind of throwing it to guys that are actually open, not throwing it to guys that they want to throw it to. See, that was, who's that? Vince Young? I don't know why dude had Vince Young in the game. I think Vic had gotten hurt or something, but, that was, who's that, ASO? I mean, you can't throw passes like that on ASO's direction. So, the guy pulls away. He's up by 3 at this point. So 7-3. My son comes down and boom, A's wide open. So he goes ahead and feeds him the rock. You know, um, it's all about making the right throws. That was actually a bad throw because the guy, if he was playing somebody with better stick, that would have been easily intercepted. But he wasn't playing with somebody with that good stick. So it is what it is. But my son's driving the ball down at this point. Just trying to find somebody open. X was open, but A was wide open too, and boom, he goes up by, what does he go up by 4? So at this point, you got to buckle down, and that was a real nice screen. I think my son, if you look at it, my son had a feeling the screen was coming, but sometimes the blockers kind of catch him, and boom. So back to that 155 shake. I don't really like the 155 shake, and really myself. It's effective. Don't get me wrong, but I don't like it that much. I don't like it that much. Um, I think this is a part where I kind of jumped. That was a nice swat down on my on. I don't think that was me. I think that was my son at that point. But that was a nice swat down on 4th. You get the ball back. And man to man can be beat easily this year. Especially when the guys. Oh, bad throw. But that was a nice pick by the other guy. So bad adjustment. I think right there that was one of those tunnel vision moments where my son just wanted to throw it to him even though he wasn't open, and boom. You know, you, you give it up sometimes when you're not expecting it. But he gets him in the fourth down. Nice little cut. That was a mistake on my son's end. He should have brought that guy down, but mistakes happen. So back on O. Nothing too, just finding the right guy at this point. No more kind of throwing it in coverage. Just looking for the right guy that's actually open, and again, making the right adjustments. A's wide open, so you're gonna go ahead and feed him the ball. Um, and you see how he dove. A lot of people dive nowadays because you don't want to get stripped. Stripping happens way too fluky in this game. So, but you know what? Some stuff is going to happen in this game that you guys are going to see here in a few moments that, kind of stems from my last video where, guys, they're scared to take a butt whooping. I think it sucks, just take your butt whooping like a man and not feed off of, the nonsense. Um, I don't know. I mean, just take it, please. That was nice. The guy tried to cover up the ball right there, but he got out the half, pretty decent right there without giving up any big points. So, the guy kicks it off to my son, at the start of the second half, and we castle running. That was a nice little cutback, and Danny Woodhead said, "I'm taking this." Who was that? Number 25 almost had him, but that was just a good juke move. So. I know the dude must be sour at this point uh, to give up a nice one like that, but happens to the best of us, you know what I mean? So my son's on defense, bringing a lot of pressure, and again, when you bring too much pressure, it's the worst thing you could possibly do. And the dude, gets a nice little slant, cuts in, and he's in for six. So boom, boom, he kicks it, the surprise. And the dude picks it up. So, I know my son is sour at this point. Um, he's back to his 155 shake. And hey, when it works, it works. He's back on that shake again, and he gets burnt. So when people sit back and say, "Oh, well, all you do is this, or all you do is that, or that's glitching," but as you can see, there is a way to beat it if you show some composure and you actually just settle down and don't get rattled, so to speak. So the guy pretty much scores 14 points in seconds, and then boom, my son gives up a fumble. So I know my son is sour at this point. I mean, I think this is where I'm actually playing right now because I heard my son do something. I knew I was coming up here in any second here. So, I don't do the 155 shake myself. I just play a standard, defense. So, at this point, I'm just trying to lock up because I know my son's already down. So I don't want to give up anything too, spectacular. And then I noticed that somebody sent my son a message. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, what's this message? So you see this dude, says F you and you're this and you're glitching and stuff like that. So I'm like, wow. I'm like, what are you talking about? I just got on a stick, so I didn't know what the dude was literally talking about myself. So boom, he sends another message. Uh, touchdown, pussy, and I'm like, who in the world is this dude? So I'm like, whatever. So standard stuff for me. I just get on the sticks and I just start moving the ball. You know what I mean? I'm not worrying about what this guy's really done to my son. I'm just, standard offense. You know what I mean? I'm, at this point, just trying to make sure I don't give up anything or do something silly to mess his game up. So. Boom, I throw one, Ocho Cinco grabs it, and, I'm in for six. So at least I feel to myself that, hey, you know what, I gave up a touchdown, but at least I gave him a touchdown. So it's pretty much like my son is coming back to the game and it's even. And then boom, the dude sends another message saying, oh, well, it's about time, still calling it glitching or whatever. So, what I didn't show is that I just sent the dude a message saying, hey, you know what? You're playing, you're talking about a 12-year-old boy, and hey, you know what? If you lost, take your loss like a man and stop crying. You know what I mean? At that point, I didn't, my son, I had said, hey, if the dude sends any more messages, let me know. And, dude didn't send any more messages. But, hey, this is a dude that I guess lost to my son before this game and wants to sit there and send messages crying and complaining. What are you crying about? Take your butt whooping like a man. You know what I mean? So, you know how this game goes. But, I like to always ask a question in my Madden videos. Are you guys still into Madden the way that you guys were, let's say a month or two ago, or have you guys stopped playing as much? Guys, I literally haven't played in about, 2 months myself. So, but one thing I do want to report and let you guys know that I did send my PS3 in. It's right now getting fixed. So the moment that comes back, hopefully I'll have that passion to get back in the game because, guys, I haven't played at all in literally a couple of months. So, hopefully when that gets back, I'll be back on the game the way I want to. But are you guys still playing as much as you were, let's say, a couple of months ago? Or have you guys moved on to different games? If you guys aren't playing Madden as much as you used to, what are you guys playing nowadays? Are you guys playing, some people are telling me they're on Modern Warfare or Call of Duty, or a lot of people are playing FIFA, or are there other games that you guys playing, like fighting games, like Street Fighter? I mean, what are you guys playing these days? Are you guys still playing Madden as much as you used to? I know my son plays a lot of 2K12 and Madden, so he kind of plays a mixture of both. Me, again, I haven't played at all. So, one thing I have devoted is that once my PS3 gets fixed, I will be on top of that, hopefully as much as I was before. So, guys, you guys see how this game kind of went. The dude lost, and it is what it is. So until the next one, I appreciate you guys watching. Like always, your boy Jordan Trav. Peace out, fellas.